What's up, everybody? So, we are now 5.5 weeks out from the NBC North Americans, where I will be trying to earn my pro card as a heavyweight bodybuilder. And I thought I'd make this kind of little video. I'm going to probably start doing some more of these walk and talks as well. But just to kind of, introduce myself here. Because not that many people know too much, thoroughly about me. But fuck it. Here we go. So, those tuning in, of course, my name's Ranson Lee. I am 34 years old. I'm obviously a bodybuilder. I did a good stint in competitive powerlifting, got very far there, but I got my start in bodybuilding. Anyone who wants to know kind of how that started, well, back in March of 2011, I was wrestling in college. Season ended. I didn't like the direction things were going between me and my coach at the time, and I decided to call it quits on wrestling. And from then on, just kind of started filling my time where I would be at practice with training and getting into the gym for the very first time. Now, at that time, I weighed all of 140 pounds and just wanted to be bigger. Enjoyed lifting weights, and it was really nice going from not eating much and running all the time in wrestling to not running, eating a lot, and lifting. And I saw progress really quick that way, of course. So that's when that started, my journey with bodybuilding. Now, at that time, I had zero interest or even thought of actually competing in bodybuilding. That came later. That came probably around June that year when I was back home and working out at a gym. And one of the local trainers at the gym had, approached me and asked me, "Hey, have you ever thought about actually doing a bodybuilding competition?" And of course, I had not. And he told me I should look into it and I'd do well. So, found one in August, competed, and I won. And I was bitten by the bug. I weighed all of like 157 pounds there, so I had gained, 17 pounds. Was that all tissue? No, but I was still really lean. And that's where the journey began. Getting into it more. So really starting to study nutrition and training methods and pushing myself as hard as fucking possible. Really diving into the teachings of John Meadows and his mountain dog training style for a number of years. Anyway, competed in bodybuilding for 6 years, pretty much. So March 5, really. March 2011 through the end of 2016. The last competition I did in 2016 was actually nationals, and I was a light heavy there and kind of got overlooked. And of course, wanting to improve and get bigger, I had seen a flyer in our gym for powerlifting. I was like, hey, fuck it, let's try that. Probably going to add some density and help me build some size and quite a lot of strength, so let's go for it. And I ended up being a lot better at powerlifting than I had ever imagined. I remember going into this competition and being like, hey, if I total like 1,500, I'm going to be stoked. For those that don't know much about powerlifting, you got squat, bench, and deadlift. Your total is the highest number you've completed from all three. You get 3 attempts at each lift for that. So 3 squats, 3 benches, 3 deadlifts. The highest attempt you make goes toward your total at the end. So 1500 was like, if I hit that, I'm stoked. Ended up totaling 1700 something. It's like 1770 something or 1765. I don't really remember the total, but I know it was in the high 1700s. And you know, people at this meet, like, or actually it was Dawson Wyndham. Big name in powerlifting still, guys. Kid's strong as fuck. He benches it over 5. Pretty incredible athlete. But he came up to me, he's like, dude, where the fuck did you come from? Was his like exact words. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, have you ever competed before? I was like, no. Did I do good? I had no clue about numbers for powerlifting. No clue what records were. No idea to gauge what's good and what's bad. I was just going in trying to beat myself and, you know, put up something cool. So he was like, dude, yeah, you're already totaling like elite numbers your first meet. So I ended up kind of looking up things after that, but went to go on and compete later that fall. And I think I upped my total by like close to 60 pounds. So we're in the 1800s now. Competed that spring, still in the 18s. I was competing at 198 pounds there, so it was a light heavyweight. Making some crazy water cuts sometimes. And then my last meet at 198, I totaled 1910, or 1918. One of those two. I don't fucking remember. But it put me in like the top 5 at the time in the world for 108 pound, 98 pound lifters in powerlifting. And kept going from there. I've done a lot of really big money meets. You know, they're invite only. You know, all the best in the world. You know, John Hack, Annie Huang, Chris Bridgeford, Edward Blair. A lot of really strong people that I've gotten to know really well. Dan Bell, Jamal Browner, Kayla Woolham, all these phenomenal powerlifters that I've had the pleasure of sharing the platform with over the years. And last meet I competed in was the Kern in 2021, and that was coming back from an adductor tear, where I had to have surgery. And within 6 months was back to squatting over 800. So anyway, my best numbers for powerlifting, for anyone interested, in competition, I've squatted 848 pounds using only knee wraps. I've benched 518 and deadlifted 766 pounds and in the 220 pound weight class. I believe I'm still ranked number 6 in the world at 220. It might be lower than that now. Honestly, it probably is. I mean, higher than that now. It's probably, I'm sure it's still in the top 10, but I haven't even looked in a while. But you got some freaks in powerlifting now, like Colton Engelbrecht, who's destroying everybody's numbers completely. You know, squatting over a grand, deadlifting over a grand in the same heat. Just stupid. Kid's stupid strong at 24. But after my last meet, I knew I wanted to get back into bodybuilding and pursue the goal of going pro, because that was always in the back of my mind. So, fall of 2021, did a regional show after moving all the way across the country. Literally 2 weeks later, competed in a regional show, won it. Then did nationals that year in December, and probably the most stacked lineup there's been in nationals in a very long time. We had 40 something guys in our class. I was in first call outs. Justin Shire and Jordan Janowitz won their pro cards in that one. And I had the pleasure of staying in the lineup with them. And pretty much just told my judges that I just needed a bigger back. Conditioning was spot on, shape was good. And they told me it's not a matter of if you go pro, but when. So just keep at it. Lots of life stuff's happened since then. Plan on competing the next year. Plan on competing the next year after that. Multiple different surgeries to fix infection from my adductor tear surgery. And finally was able to hop back on stage this year, of course. 3 weeks ago now, I believe. And won the Victory Classic here in North Carolina. Won the overall. So now we're headed to North Americans to make a statement. Go for pro. And I'm doing it from my garage. So there's a lot of people who make excuses on they need all this different equipment and shit. You really don't. You just need effort, intensity. A lot of people want to make excuses, and you know what? I was fucking one of them for a long time. Past couple years, I've been waiting for everything to line up perfectly to be able to have the perfect bodybuilding setup, all variables controlled, and for some people that happens. But my life has never been set up that way. I currently work doing grading, heavy equipment operating. We're rebuilding the landslides that have happened on the mountain roads up here in western North Carolina. I leave for work usually around 5:45 in the morning, and meet up with work crew, and then I'm not usually dropped off to my vehicle after work until somewhere between 6:15 and 7 at night. Then I have to come home and train, make my food for the next day, try and spend a little bit of time with my kids and my wife. Yes, I have kids. Got 3 beautiful daughters. And it makes life interesting. Definitely makes it more difficult at times. Because with bodybuilding, it is a selfish sport. And there's sacrifices that have to be made at points. But as a father, you're always going to sacrifice your time to try and benefit your family the most. And that's why I've done this prep. A lot of switching my workouts around, schedules around to try and make things work the best for everybody, and that's hard. I've spent a lot of late nights doing my workouts at around 9 p.m., sometimes starting at 11 p.m., and then having to wake up, around 5:20 in the morning to get ready for work the next day. I'm usually averaging 4 hours of sleep every night. I know a lot of people look and goes, well, are you supposed to have more sleep than that for bodybuilding? Yes, you are. But I'm telling you right now, it's not 100% necessary. Would it help me a fuck ton if I got more rest? Hell yeah. Sure it would. If I could even get 6 hours of sleep every night, it'd be a big difference. But with the cards I have in my hand, play them how I can. And, I've been going at this for 14 years now. And I do it because I fucking love it. And I have have a goal that I still have not achieved. Multiple goals, but the pro card is the first one to achieve. So that being said, anyone who's out here, especially dads that are making excuses of, oh, I don't have time, you know, I have kids, or especially the ones who only have one kid, you got plenty of time. I tell a lot of people this, you know, one kid's easy. 2 kids can be a handful. 3 is complete fucking chaos at all times. You never know what you're going to get. I come home to quite a lot of crying and screaming every day. And it's an emotional fucking roller coaster in my house at all times. But I love it. My family is great. For some reason, they love the fuck out of me. I don't know why. Because I know I can be a bit of an asshole. But they're there for me. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, if I'm not able to bodybuild anymore, something happens, get hurt, they're going to be there. Anyway, I'm just fucking rambling right now. But that's a little bit about me. But yeah, we're training in the garage right now. I do train alone most nights. Every once in a while I'll have a buddy come over to train. But it's usually me getting after it by myself. So next question I know people are going to ask me sometimes is, how do you stay motivated? Well, I fucking don't. Motivation is a myth. It's bullshit. It's for weak-minded individuals. I don't stay motivated. I stay disciplined. Discipline over motivation every day. You know, it's like Mike Tyson said, discipline is doing the things you hate, but doing it like you love it. And training, sometimes at 11 p.m., when all you don't want to do is sleep, takes discipline. Because I could just go to bed, miss a training session. I could go to bed and not make my food for the next day. I'm not disciplined. So, we're doing it. My coach, Cameron Cheek, has the reins now. And we're going to come in, North Americans, looking crazy. And should be walking away with a pro card. So, follow me along. Give me a like, subscribe, comment, share the shit, whatever. Any suggestions you have, I'll try to do my best. You know, right now I'm filming from my iPhone. I'm trying to get used to this shit. And then I'm working on getting some training videos uploaded on YouTube as well from the past couple weeks. So, trying to make it a regular thing and get this stuff started. But follow me along from my journey to pro from the garage. Garage to pro card. Some shit like that. But that's all I got right now. If y'all enjoy this, cool. If you don't, understandably so. I'm not the most exciting person. I'm awkward. And this is weird to me, talking to a camera. So hopefully I'll get better at it. I have some shirts I'm trying to work on design and selling. And if you're interested, drop a comment, let me know, and I'll get you more information. Also, there's links below for all companies I work with. You got Authentic Aminos, for all your peptides and injectable amino needs, injectable carnitine, your SLU PP3U2, clenbuterol, all that amazing stuff. Core Nutritionals, Code Ranson for that. For all your normal supplements, your proteins, creatine, the good shit. And then anything I'm forgetting right now because I have prep brain and I'm walking up this giant hill that we came from all the way down there, all the way to the very end. Will be linked down below. I do coaching for powerlifting specific, for bodybuilding, general fitness, nutrition. If you're interested in that, there's also links below. So follow me along in here, Instagram. I have a TikTok. I don't really know how to use it. If someone ever wants to help me with that, feel free. But talk to you guys later.